Thank you guys. Thank you for the confirmation. Okay, so let's give my introduction to you. Then, if you have any question regarding the training or you want to ask anything, you can please raise your hand and then you can ask your questions. First of all, myself, Ankit Narula. I have total 10 years of experience in IT industry. Out of those 10 years of experience, in first 7 years, I worked in Oracle applications. First 3 years, I worked in Oracle applications where we are generating reports and modifying our reports, creating SQL queries and writing the real SQL codes. This is what we are doing in our Oracle labs. And from last 7 years, I'm working in two most cloud platform which we have it in market, Azure and AWS. So I'm working in both the cloud platform from last 7 years. This is about my side. If you have any question, you want to ask anything regarding this particular training, regarding this Azure DevOps training, if you have any question, you can please raise your hand. You can ask questions. Any question anyone have? Look like no one has any question. Okay. Look like no one has any question regarding this training. Yes, Ajas.
Yeah. Hello, Ankit sir. How are you?
I just look like you are from my 102
Yes,
batch.
Yes.
Yes.
99 actually.
Okay, 99. Okay.
Officially 99, but I attended in.
You are attending that 102 batch right now.
Yes.
That's good. Yes, Ajas.
What is the objective of this course? I mean, what are we going to achieve?
This is actually a DevOps. Can you tell me what is DevOps? What do you understand by word called DevOps?
It's actually made up of two words, development and operations.
Correct. Made of development of two words called development and operations. Is DevOps a service?
No, actually it's a process.
Yes, correct. It's a complete process. We are having it. With the help of this one, we can create applications. We can create websites or any other application, whichever one we can make with the help of DevOps. This is what we are going to learn about what is DevOps. And if I'm talk about in DevOps, we have different types of tools. That tools we need to learn here as per our course content, which we are going to learn. To learn DevOps, it is mandatory to have basic Linux knowledge. First, we are going to learn that. Then we have a Git. Then we have in Azure, we have a service called Azure Devops service. Under that, we have few topics, and out of those, we are learning these three which are required by the DevOps developer. Azure repository, Azure pipeline, Azure tools. And then we have some more tools in the market called Docker, Kubernetes, and Terraform. These are the tools which we are going to learn in this complete training.
Okay, so I have a very different question.
Yeah, no issues. Continue question.
For example, we have always learned that, in software development or software engineering, that we follow a protocol, a set of rules, analysis, design, and everything. Keeping in mind that particular part, here we are doing something different, as whatever knowledge I have gained in DevOps, it is actually making product ready.
This is a product making application. With the help of this one, we can create any type of application or a website, whichever we want to. We can, with the help of that particular process, we can do that.
Yeah.
But yes, designing is done by some other person.
Right.
Writing the code run by the developer.
Right.
Okay, and that code where they are putting in that Azure repository, or they can put their code in the Git, wherever they want to put. And that code we can take it from there with the help of this one. The complete process we are going to maintain, and our application is going to be ready.
My question is, are we going to change the rules of software development life cycle in DevOps, or we are following the same rules but in a
No,
different
we
way.
are not going to change any rules in this. We are just learning about those tools.
Okay.
Our concept needs to learn those tools here, and that process we are going to do on that with the help of those tools.
So SDLC remains the same.
That is the same.
Okay.
Okay.
This was my question. I don't know about the DevOps, so I don't have
Don't
any question.
worry. That's a training which you can learn. You already learn Azure admin.
Yes.
Okay. And you are the batch from that batch which is going to be end by the tonight.
Tonight, yes.
Yes. So this is the DevOps. This is a completely new thing. This is the next step, because if you remember it in when we start Azure admin training, I have shown you one diagram also. The same diagram I have here also. This is certification path.
Yes.
First, you have learned this particular thing. Now, after that, if you want to go for any certification, then you can go for this particular Azure DevOps engineer certification. But yes, like earlier I said that this training will not help you for the certification, because for certification you need theory training, but this is practical training. But yes, for a certification, we'll provide you one dump. Like we are providing the dump for this one, 104 to you guys. Same way we are providing dump for AZ 400 also. And what you get it if you pay for this live training, recordings, whatever the training PPTs I'm going to use in the training, you'll get those one, dump, Azure document, the document which I have created, sample resumes, and interview question. But yes, these things, 4 things, you will get at the end of the training. And in DevOps training, I don't have any quiz right now. There is no quizzes mentioned. In admin one, we have quiz also. So here we don't have quiz till now.
So from industry point of view, you have included everything, I guess.
Yes, whatever in the market which we are using it, we have added all those things.
Okay. So without certification, leave aside certification, we will be able to call ourselves as DevOps professionals
Correct.
as well.
DevOps person, you can say.
Okay. Thank you.
Definitely, you guys will get some interview question also, but those things you will get at the end of the training, not before that.
Okay.
Okay. Any more questions, Jas?
No, thank you.
Anushka, can you please unmute yourself? Anushka, can you please unmute? You have sent the question in the chat box. It'll be good if you unmute yourself.
Hello.
Yes, you can ask your question here.
Yeah. So is this training be useful like without any previous Azure knowledge?
If you go, it is quite difficult for few things, Anusha, to understand something. If you directly want to go here, you can go for that. But I always recommend, even if you directly want, you just go, that's per your wish. Okay. But yes, to get a job, whenever you learn a cloud, with that cloud, they're always asking for the cloud knowledge.
Okay.
Okay. That you have to do. You directly right now, you want to learn DevOps. After that, you want to go over Azure admin, you can go for that also. It's up to your wish.
Okay. Thank you.
Any more questions? And as per your question, which you asked me, yes, definitely you'll get interview questions also.
Okay.
Which is already mentioned in my.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, Ajay Santosh. Can you please unmute?
Yeah, good afternoon, Ankit.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, Ankit.
Yes, you can ask your question. You're sending something in chat box.
Yeah, can you please share the course content?
Are you in the WhatsApp group, Ajay, of DevOps batch?
Yeah.
DevOps batch?
Yes, Ankit.
If you check the WhatsApp group description, you will get the link there also. Okay. And I'm sharing the link in the chat box. Yeah, all details, whatever is regarding the training fees and all those details we have mentioned in our group description. So please, you can check that also.
Okay.
Any more questions, Ajay, do you have?
No, as of now.
Okay, so do you know already Azure?
Yes, I know.
So you are working in Azure or not right now?
Present, I'm working as a MuleSoft developer.
Which developer?
MuleSoft as a middleware tool.
Okay. So how you get the information about this particular training?
Yeah, already I'm part of Azure Devops as well as Python.
Okay, so from those WhatsApp group, you get information.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank
Yes,
you.
Ashok.
Yeah, thank you. So, I mean, after learning this course, like how much practical things we can expect? I mean, were we able to work a real-time environment after completion of this course?
This training, how much experience you can put, you're asking, after completion of the training?
I mean, I have a real-time experience of 7 years. Thought is like I can put around 2 to 3 years in the Azure DevOps as a
In
test.
2 years of experience, you can put, not more than that with this training.
Okay.
But yes, if you know already Azure admin,
No,
if
I'm
you know
not.
Azure admin, or if you know DevOps, then you can put 3 years of experience, three and a half years of experience.
Okay.
Only with DevOps you can put 2.
Okay. So one more thing, sir. Like, how about these things? Like, what we can say? Yeah. Can I say it as like a test ops? Like, along with the testing, can I put this experience?
Yes, you can. Definitely, yes. You want to put, you can put that also. But after completion of only with DevOps, you can put 2 years. But if I tell about the jobs in the market,
Okay.
there is no jobs, very less jobs are less for only for DevOps. So you always need to put cloud plus DevOps is getting a better opportunity to you. You will get more package, you will get more opportunity.
Okay. So for
always go with Azure admin and then go with Azure DevOps.
okay, in this course, like, are we going to learn the Azure admin as well?
No, very few things. This is
Only
not Azure admin, this is DevOps one. We are just learning about DevOps. Azure admin is a different course.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very few things we are going to just learn in this.
So
Okay.
last and final question, sir. So like, as I told, like I have 7 years of experience into the testing. So 5 years into testing plus 2 years into test ops. Is that fine?
And in which company you are working?
I'm working for Samsung. I mean, Harman Connected Services.
I'm not sure about that company. Is that company a DevOps project? Is it IT company or directly you are working at Samsung?
No, actually, it's a sub brand of the Samsung. Actually, JBL and all.
Is that company have DevOps project or Azure projects?
As of now, no, sir.
Okay. If not, then definitely you have to switch. If anyone is person working in a company which already have that project, so the best thing is for those people is don't try to switch company. Try to switch in your own company. Like a person is working in Infosys, Wipro, Genpact, or Deloitte. Like these companies have already. So if anyone is working in the big companies where already you have Azure projects or Azure DevOps project, try to switch in your company. So with this, whatever the previous experience you have is automatically going to migrate into your latest technology. So this is I have done 7 years back. So if I talk putting my resume, if I want to change a job, if I put my resume, I'm not going to put as 7 of experience in this. Actually, 7 years experience I have in cloud, 3 years in Oracle. I can put 10 years of experience directly.
Yeah. Only thing
I'm
is
working
like,
in the same company from last 10 years.
oh, nice. Only thing is like, I mean, if after completion of this course, if I want to switch and after completion of the, I mean, if I already switched, then can I able to survive there like for 2 years by putting the 2 years of experience?
Yeah, definitely. Yes, you can easily survive.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, sure,
Okay.
sir. Yeah.
Anything else, Ashok?
No, I don't have anything apart from this.
Thank you. Yes, Karthik. Karthik, are you able to hear me? Karthik, you have already unmuted yourself, but still I'm not able to hear you. Please check your mic.
Am I audible?
Your voice is very low, Karthik. Please increase your volume.
Yeah. So my question is
Karthik, your voice is still very low.
now. Now it's audible.
Now, yes, it's perfect.
Yeah.
So my question is, once we will done our DevOps, so can we will go as a fresher in DevOps, or we can add our previous experience? Just like
What's your previous experience?
I have 6 years of experience full and 2.5 years of experience in Azure admin.
Okay. So what was the previous experience?
2.5 years in Azure admin.
Before that?
Before that, as a Windows administrator.
Okay. So you can put 2.5 years experience as Azure admin plus DevOps after completion of the training.
Okay.
Okay. You're already working in Azure admin. You said that. With this, you can put Azure, don't need to put Azure admin only. You can put 2.5 experience as Azure admin plus DevOps
Okay.
after completion of the training.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
Any more questions?
No. No. Thanks.
Okay. Anyone have any more questions? Yes, Murli. Murli, you have already unmuted yourself. Please ask your question. I'm not able to hear you. Murli, are you able to hear me? Look like Murli have some issue with your mic. Please resolve that issue and then you can raise your. Yes, Vijay.
Hi, Ankit.
Hi,
Uh,
Vijay.
I am automation test engineer. I worked on like Selenium majorly. So in the list of services you gave, you are showing on the screen. I have the experience on only the Git part. Rest of them I don't have knowledge. So in this course, shall I get clear understanding of those, or do I need have any prior knowledge on the rest of skills other than Git?
No, the Docker, Kubernetes, Terraform, we are not doing in much more in depth. We are just learning about which is basic required for us. Little bit of we are covering it. So medium till medium level. I can't say it's just a basic. So to basic to medium level, we are covering Docker, Kubernetes, and Terraform.
Okay.
If you want to learn more, you have to just specific training for the Docker. But talk about just only for Docker. You can take 20 days of training. Even for just for Kubernetes, just for Terraform, 20 days of training you can take that. So till medium level we are covering.
No. You mean the prerequisite? We must know this knowledge, right? Before joining.
Basic till medium level you will get that.
Okay, basic to medium. Okay.
Yes.
Okay then.
Okay. Any more questions, Vijay?
No, Ankit.
Yes, Ajay. We can unmute.
Yeah, hi Ankit. Any
Hi.
Ansible will be covered in basics part?
Ansible right now it is not part of our training. It is not part of our training. But for this particular batch, I'm going to promise, because this is the first batch for this training institute. Earlier I was taking batch for the one. But for this training batch, only for this particular batch, not for upcoming batches, I'm going to make a promise. Whatever is going to add in my upcoming days in this particular Azure DevOps, only for this batch, I'm promising. They will get within 6 months, they will get documents for all those things. And even I'll provide recordings also for those, for this particular batch. I'm promising only for this particular. Writer and Sybil is not part, but I'm trying to add that also. Might be Ajay, by before completion of this training, I'll add that Ansible also. Because Ansible is very small tool, not a very big tool. Just take 3 or 4 sessions. So if I get a time, I'll definitely add before completion of this batch. Okay. That I'm going to do even within 6 months. If I'm adding any new thing under Azure DevOps training, you will get documents, recordings also. I'm going to promise for this particular the batch number 111. Okay, Ajay?
Okay, thank you.
Yes, Ajay.
Yeah. One more question. What is the actual work of DevOps engineer? Like
that's what we are going to learn in this training.
Yeah. Okay.
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 Any more
Overall
questions?
idea in few lines, if you want to sum up, what is the actual?
We have to manage this particular service, these things actually. Just I can say like this, but actual things you will understand more when we are going to learn this particular things.
Does it require any coding or something?
No, no, zero coding is required. Yes, only basic Linux is required that we are going to cover.
Okay.
Okay, only basic Linux is required. Not much in-depth Linux is also not required by our DevOps person.
And as far as hardware is concerned, what is required? What is required? Like for Linux commands, should you require operating system?
No,
Linux?
we can create virtual machine. Why we want to install anything on a laptops?
Okay, so you'll create an Azure virtual machine and then
We'll create Azure virtual machine, and in that one we can practice it.
Okay.
Okay. If you want, you can create in this local machine also, but it's not required. But you can create Azure virtual machine, in that you can do practice.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, yes. Docker is a tool which you can practice in your local machine also, even in your Azure virtual machine also. But I'm going to show you how you can install Docker in your Windows machine also. I'm going to show you that. But actual examples which I'm going to cover, I'm not doing anything in my local machine. I'm doing everything in the cloud platform. I'm going to create virtual machine. Under that virtual machine, I'm going. Because in real time, we're not using our local machines. We're using virtual machines.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Any more questions?
No.
Thank you. Vijay Kumar, can you please unmute yourself? Vijay Kumar, yes, you can ask your question now.
Hi. Is this a 7 days a week training?
No, this training is not 7 days a week. This is only a Monday to Friday. This already mentioned. Please take that. Monday to Friday, 1 hour, near about 1 hour session we are going to take.
So learning Azure course helps in skilling up our cloud platform related technology and
with this, you are not going to learn Vijay about Azure admin training. You want to go in much more depth for cloud, then you need to go for Azure admin training. If you want to start working with the cloud, here actually you are going for in Azure admin. This one is at 104. This is DevOps training. In this one, whatever we are doing in DevOps, we are going to do in our cloud platforms. Okay. We are not learning about much more about Azure, that Azure cloud services here. We are learning about DevOps services. Here, Vijay?
okay.
Yes, Murli.
Ankit.
Yes, Murli.
So while doing the course content, so you are creating the pipeline creation in Azure and as well as AKS and those container deploy into the Kubernetes, right?
This mentioned in course content. Let me just open the course
content.
Let's see. We're talking about Docker, I think so.
No, entire things, because first we have to create an Azure pipeline and
here I'm creating it.
Okay.
This is what we are.
Okay.
Creating CI/CD pipeline to create an image post to ACR. ACR stands for Azure Container Registry.
Okay.
And pull the image from ACR and deploy to web app using Azure.
Okay. So Azure pipeline creating YML files only, or only
YAML files also we can create, or directly also we can.
Okay.
Majorly in real time, both are getting used.
Okay.
Don't worry about that. Which one is getting used more? But new clients are preferring YAML one rather than the other one. Old clients can go for anyone, but new clients are preferring YAML option.
Okay, those ACR deployed into the Kubernetes clusters only, or some other?
No, directly to web app. Pulling the image from ACR.
Okay, that is fine. There is no chance to cover the same ACR into the Kubernetes cluster.
No,
Okay, we are not covering that part, right?
no. Till now we are not covered. It is not part of the course.
Okay, okay. Yeah. Because why? Because most of the companies asking the Kubernetes only.
We are adding
They
few
pick that.
things which I've already told that in upcoming days, I'm
Uh-huh.
going to add more things in this particular course content.
Uh-huh.
Even this, you can see that what was the date I have updated the course content 21st of December.
Okay.
This course is going to definitely update in upcoming days. This is not the finalized course content. Might be by this completion of this batch, in this course content, few more things are going to be added.
Okay.
Okay, this
Okay,
course
that's
content is not fine, but yes, whatever is mentioned in this course content, all things we are going to cover. But other than that, also there are few things we are going to cover which I have already planned, but still not mentioned in my course content.
okay. So for Kubernetes part, you are going to explain the only basic
Right
to
now, this
intermediate.
is finalized. This is finalized
No,
content.
as of no, as
Okay.
of no,
As
as
of
of
now,
no.
there is no option B.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Anyone have any more questions? Okay. Look like no one has any more questions, so we'll start with our demo session. Okay, someone has question. Yes, Ramarao.
Hi, Ankit.
Hi.
Will you able to cover this Azure pipeline, how to use in on-premises environment?
No, we are not going to cover that on-premises one. We are covering DevOps service that you are talking about. That is different thing that is called as Azure DevOps server. In Azure DevOps, we have two types of things. One is Azure DevOps services. Other one is Azure DevOps server. We are going to learn about Azure DevOps services, not Azure DevOps server.
So do you have any plan to accommodate this training?
No, we are not going to cover even in future also no plans to add for Azure DevOps server because Azure DevOps server is used on premises. Azure DevOps services is used on cloud platform. So in Azure DevOps, we are getting both types of things. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Any more questions? Okay, so we'll start with now what is DevOps. Anyone can tell me what is DevOps or whatever you think that whatever you ever understand, you can please let me know. Don't worry if you are incorrect, that is also good. Speak something whichever you feel comfortable, whichever you know what is DevOps. Anyone knows little bit, whatever. No one is able to speak. Okay. Yes, Vijay.
DevOps is having the roles. Responsibility is to deliver the code into the production environment without any manual intervention. Everything using some automation tools that you mentioned in the list of course items. It's like using the pipeline, delivering the code seamlessly. Whenever the new code comes, it will automatically trigger the jobs and it will generate the some jar kind of file and it will deploy into the machine.
Correct. Any more things, Vijay?
CI/CD, I know what I know is like Jenkins is used in this.
That is one tool we have. We have that tool also. We have it.
Tool.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Vijay. Whatever you said, that is also correct. Thank you so much. Okay. Now, what is DevOps here? I'll again come to that particular question. What is DevOps? DevOps is actually a process. Though a lot of people have wrong information, DevOps is one tool. No, it's a collection of multiple tools. So DevOps is one process which we have to follow to create our application. You can create even Android app also, you can create iOS app also, you want to create a website, anything whichever you want to create with the help of this particular DevOps process, we can create that. It is continuous delivery process we have to follow. Continuous delivery Whatever the new changes I'm going to do in my update in my code, that automatically done by the testing by the team, that it needs to come in our application also. Continuously updating our code, continuously it is going to deliver in our website or in our application we are getting. So nowadays, every company is going to prefer DevOps because it is a very easiest way to deliver our application, to deliver our websites. Continuous delivery it is going to do. Earlier, if I'm talking about DevOps, what happened is lot of people will first design the code, then they run the code, then they test the code. That complete process is taking it near about 6 months to 1 year. Lot of time it takes because they need to test, and then might mean that when we are getting problem, they again do some changes. Within few days, nowadays, your application is going to be ready. Just written your code, automatically system in even now we have those things where system is automatically going to do the testing also for us. It is a speed efficiency, improving of our speed. We are getting it everything in within few minutes. Benefits, see here, the benefits we have discussed. Timely access of new feature. We can get the new feature every minute, every week, we can get that. No upgrades to worry about. We don't need to worry about the new upgrades also. We can easily use these tools and we can work on this one. And what we are actually using it, CI/CD, continuous integration, continuous deployment, whatever deployment also. Reliable, 24/7, 99.9% SLA we are getting. Flexible also we have it. It is a platform agnostic. What is that? We can use any platform, whichever you want to use. Any language you want to use, we can use that. For your Android apps, iOS, Python, Java, Ruby, Go, .NET, any language, whichever you want to use, you can use that. So, or any platform you want to work in Linux operating system, Mac or Windows, you can use that. But yes, in real time, if I talk about Linux is one of the tool which is, platform is used more. Not Mac or Windows is not getting much used. Linux is the one way. That is why in our course content, first we are learning about Linux command first, some basic Linux commands we are going to learn. Because it is mandatory to know Linux, not in depth, but basics is required. Coming to Azure DevOps. So here we have just discussed about what is DevOps. Now coming to what is Azure DevOps. Azure DevOps is earlier called as Visual Studio Online. It is a product providing by a company called Microsoft, because Azure is from Microsoft, so they are providing the particular tool to us. And in Azure DevOps, we are getting it on cloud platform also, or we are getting it in on-premises also, we are getting it cloud. Sorry, this Azure DevOps. The cloud version is called as Azure DevOps Services, which we are going to learn. And on-premises version is called as Azure DevOps Server. Which one we are going to learn? We are going to learn about Azure DevOps Services. Azure DevOps Service, which we are getting in the cloud-based. DevOps Server, it is completely an on-premises one where you are going to download Azure DevOps tool in on-premises. And whatever the service we are getting it in on-premises, the same services we are getting it in on-premises. In on-premises cloud, both are same things. Like if I talk about in Azure DevOps service, we are getting it 5 services, 5 options we have. Same we are getting in DevOps server also. Both options, providing all the necessary feature and services to complete DevOps work. Here are the concepts which we are getting it. Boats, repos, pipeline. Repos means repository. Test plans, artifacts. These are the total 5 service concepts we are getting it in Azure DevOps. Now, what is first we need to discuss what is Azure boards we have. Azure board is used to track our work, issues, or whatever the code deficiencies we have. It is used to track the work. That particular work we have assigned to which particular person. In this one, in Azure boards, we can use it. It is used to track each and every single activity, what the work we need to do, what is this particular work we need to complete in within how many days, what's the timeline, every single detail about our project we are going to store in Azure boards. Every single detail we are going to store. That particular work assigned to which user. In Azure admin training, we have learned about user creation in Azure Active Directory service. So here you can link that particular work to this particular users also. So you have assigned to which particular user, we can see here also. So board is just to manage our work. In this one, we are not doing anything except managing our work. What's the timeline? Then the task needs to be complete. Every single detail we are going to manage. And it's a completely tool, free tool. Even this tool, they are not going to charge you anything. It's a lifetime free tool we have. Pipeline. Anyone knows what is pipeline? With the word called pipeline, can please anyone let me know? I'm not talking about Azure pipeline, I'm just talking about a word called pipeline. Pipeline means CI/CD, continuous integration, continuous delivery. With the help of this particular pipeline, Azure pipeline, we can deploy our code and then directly it is going to deliver us the result, whatever the result we need for us. Whatever the result we require, we are getting it, that particular result within few minutes. Yes, in this Azure pipeline, it is not directly giving the result whenever we are uploading our code. We can put some approvals also. Directly when I put my code and directly it is not directly showing us the result, we need some approvals also. So when we learn about this pipeline service, we can put our approvals also. So when that particular person is going to approve, then it is moving to the next particular step. So we can put multiple steps here. Till the time we are not approving it, it is not going to move. So we have to just upload our code, and after the approval, it is going to continuously deliver to us. We'll get result. You can run that application, or you want to check a website, you can check website on the spot also. We'll get our results. Next, Azure repository, repos, you want to, whichever you want to say, you can say. What is this particular tool? With the help of this particular tool, we are maintaining our code. We are maintaining our code. We get store our code under our Azure repos. Lot of people might be in this training. Some people might be know about Git. Git is also a versioning tool. Same way we have in Azure, we have a tool called Azure repos also. Under this also, we can maintain the different types of version codes we can maintain. Same way like we can maintain in Git. Git is also from Microsoft. Same way in Azure DevOps service also, Azure has provided a particular Azure repos service. So we can maintain our code under our Azures. We don't need to use any third-party tool. If you want to use Git, you can use that also. Because Git is, if I talk about in the market, Git is number one. If you want to use Git, we can use Git also. But if I'm talking about in Azure DevOps service, Azure repos is majorly used rather than a Git. In real time, we are majorly preferring Azure repos rather than a Git. But yes, we can't guess which client is preferring a Git or repository. So we need to know both the tools. Both the things we need to know. So we are learning about Git also. That's why we are learning about repos. So if you know Git, it is easy for you to learn repos. Also, you can easily understand repos because you are already going to learn Git first. Any question anyone have till now, you can please raise your hand and then we'll move forward. No questions. So we'll move forward here. We'll go with the next thing which we have that is called as artifacts. Artifacts is used only by the developers. Only used by the developer. It is not going to use by DevOps person. It is not going to use by the any other person. It is only used by the developers. But why it is getting used? Let's take example. We have one file. We have it. I need to zip this file. So what we can do with the help of this tools, we can zip the file. We can put that code and we are going to zip that particular file. Same way, artifact is also getting used. Whatever the code they have uploaded, that code they need to zip that code. In a shorter format, they need to create that particular. So it can be easy to used by a DevOps person. So, sorry, not by the DevOps person. So we can upload that actually the code, whichever we are getting it, can upload and we can access that application. So it is like a exe file system is generated. Let's take example, I have a notepad file. I'm writing my code here. After writing off my code, whenever we want to access any application, what we are doing, we are downloading the exe file, or are we downloading this code? Whatever my Google Chrome code I have, are we downloading that one? No. We are downloading exe file. How will get that exe file? With the help of artifacts. With the help of artifacts, system is generating that particular exe file of that code, whichever we are generating. So like this, if I talk about for every type of language, we have a different type of artifacts. These artifacts is only used by the developer, not by the DevOps person. We are not going to use and we are not going to learn this artifacts also in our. It is not part of our training. That's the reason, because it is used only by the developers. Next is test plan. So this tool is only used by the testing person, just to test our applications. Even we are not going to cover this particular option also. It is not part of our course content because it is just done by the testers. Those are testers. They are going to learn this particular service called Azure Test. We are not going to learn this one. While creating it, we can we can skip this testing plan also. We can directly create our application or a website, whichever we are going to learn, we can. This is what we have about artifacts and test plans. And here I have already shown you the course content also, guys, which we are going to cover it. Linux, Git, repository, pipeline, boards, Docker, Kubernetes, and Terraform. These are the things which we are going to cover in our total how many things? 3, 6, 7, 8 we are going to. And the duration for this particular training is 35 days. Don't worry, it is just mentioned at 35 days. Whatever the things we have mentioned in our course content, all things are going to cover. If it's taking more than 35 days also. So we are going to cover more than 35 days also. Don't worry about that. Each session is going to be near about 1 hour. Can be near about 1 hour, not exact 1 hour. Up, down happens based on the topic which we are learning it. Session timing as per our schedule time, which is already we have told you. The session timing is 2 p.m. IST. Each session we are going to record and we are going to upload the recordings also in our website. And what is our website? logiclabstech.com. There we are going to upload our website. In that courses you can see here. Here is our all our courses, and in the last here you will see the Azure Devops patch also, which we are getting it. And if you want to make the payment, you can go there and you can pay for that also. Course fees is 5,000 Indian rupees, 5,000 plus 18% of GST. So you'll get the invoice that this payment received, which is going to be mentioned as 18% of GST. You'll get our GST number also. If you want to take any reimbursement, you can take that. Course content link I have already shared with you guys in the chat box. Let me share the course content link again in the chat box. So if you have any question, you can check the course content also, or you want to ask anything regarding the course content, you can ask me also. And this certification part. If you want to go for the certification of the DevOps, the number of certification is AZ400. But you can't directly give this certification. Give this certification, there is a prerequisite. You need to give Azure admin certification or Azure developer certification. Any one certification you can give is a prerequisite. That's why earlier also I told you those things. So you need to have the knowledge which we are providing. The training is Azure admin training. And a lot of students which in this particular session right now I have, those all are from my previous batches of Azure admin. That's the next step you can go. If you directly want to go, you can go for that. And then it is recommending you to go for Azure admin training. So this is the certification. If you want, you can go for that. And what you will get if you're making the payment for 5,900 rupees live training on daily basis, you will get recordings from our side, training PPT, whatever the PPTs I'm going to use, we are going to upload in the format of PDFs. And then you will get one dump from our side with the number of AZ400. Azure document, this document is created by me. That document means whatever we are learning in this training, for that also I have created one document with some screenshots. So that particular document you will get here. Sample resumes you will get Azure admin plus Azure DevOps sample resumes you will get here. And then in the end, you will get interview questions also. An interview question will get as per the service. So it's not the all mix up. The interview question you're getting it as per the service. First you'll get for Git, then for Azure service, which we have, that is combined one you're getting. Then for Docker, then for Kubernetes, Terraform, like this. Separately you are getting it, the interview questions. And these things you will get in the end of the training, where we have mentioned a star at the end of the. This is what we have from my side. If you have any question, you can please raise your hand. You want to ask anything regarding our trainings, you can please drop an email to our support team also, or you can even contact our team on their WhatsApp numbers also. Or if you have any question while practice or whenever we are learning it, you have any question. A lot of people have my email IDs, but still I'm sharing my email ID also. If you want to ask anything, you can even drop an email to me also. So I have shared my email ID with you. Whenever I'm going to see your email, definitely I'm going to reply you. So this is about from my side. Any question anyone have, you can please raise it. Yes, Yash, you have raised your hand. Yes, you have raised your hand. Okay. Anyone have any question? Yes, Ajaz.
Yeah. This course is, as mentioned, is for 35 days. So actually, it will be completed within 1.5 months or 2 months, I guess.
Don't worry. Like if I talk about like when you join Azure admin training, that time also I tell 35 days, but takes
Yeah,
more than
35.
35 days. So you don't worry about those things. If it's taking more days, I don't have to worry. You don't need to worry. Even I don't have any worry.
Right.
Okay.
Regarding admin course, 99, the sample resume is not there.
It is there.
So just,
It's there.
no, I just checked. Sample resume is not there in 99.
Just a minute. Where was that 99 batch? Just a minute. 99 batch is not in this our website. It's actually in our old website. Just a minute.
Oh, I can't see that.
Just a minute. Are you able to see the recordings of 99 batch?
Yeah, every recording is there.
So you are able to see might be from the class plus.
No, I'm on the browser, using browser.
From browser
Class
from this URL, web.classplus.com.
Yes.
From this URL you are able to see.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
just a minute. Let me share that also. Let me enter the OTP. So go to store. See here, here's the 99 batch. This is my
Yes.
99 batch. And if you remember it, in yesterday's session, I told you one thing. There's a PDF called Quiz PDF.
Yes.
In that one it is up. And the quiz PDF is already uploaded here. Just show you. So go to content, notes, scroll down. The last one, 87. See,
This one is Azure quiz. Yes.
sample resumes. It's there. See, that's what I've told you. Yeah, yesterday we have discussed now.
In the quiz section, it is right.
Yes, it is mentioned in the quiz PDF 87.1.
I thought you made a folder there. Like.
No, that's not a separate one. Here you are.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any more questions?
No, thank you.
Anyone wants to ask any more questions you have, you can please.
This course,
yes, Ajaz.
sorry?
You can
Yeah.
continue question.
About the payment, live training is free for 3 or 4 days, right?
Yes, only for 3 or 4 days, like a demo session, like earlier we had, same thing here also.
Maybe from Monday you are going to.
Monday the link is going to be changed, correct?
The first these 4 days, like others, it
yeah,
will be
it's the
free.
same like if we have other batches also, same way we have it here also. And the payment details you will get it from our website here also. Go to our website called logiclabstech.com, go to store, and here we have Azure Devops batch 111. Okay, here. Then you guys can go and buy the course. But yes, to buy this course first, you need to log into our website.
Yeah, it's already there.
You need to log in. Even I've shared the link also.
On the weekend as well. No problem.
Okay. You're saying something. I missed some. You're saying something, Ajaz?
Yeah, to make payment, we have weekend also. You can.
Yeah, you can. You can do that whenever you feel comfortable. Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, Mohammed Nabil.
Yeah, actually, I have one question regarding the instrumentation strategy.
Regarding?
So this instrumentation strategy where we used to monitor the resources after deployment of these services. So we have to monitor the resources. So is it your plan to add this in at the end
Monitor,
of this?
we have monitor is covering under Azure admin training. We have a monitor service in Azure admin training. In Azure, with the help of that, you can monitor your virtual machines. Okay, or there's a tool called Ansible. With that also we can monitor actually.
Okay.
Right now Ansible is not part of that. Right? Earlier I've like said that I'm definitely good. I'm trying to add Ansible also before completion of this batch, but not now. Then in future I'm going to add, and whatever I'm going to add for this particular batch within 6 months, you will get everything from my side, recording, notes, everything.
Okay. So in this instrumentation, only the monitoring part is there. Anything else?
No, monitoring part, monitoring actually you can do by using Azure Monitor also. There's a service called Azure Monitor.
Any other required for this?
No, other things we already have.
Okay.
Everything.
So with the
Pipelines we have from our side also. We don't need to use. There's a tool called Jenkins. That is a pipeline tool. We don't need to go for that one. The reason is because we already have our own pipeline. So why we should go with third-party company?
Okay. And one more thing, we already done the administration part of the Azure 104, but
Correct.
someone is not gone through with that practice. So he is not able to directly understand this because we used to use the services which
we are going to
understanding
use
in
few
administration.
services here. So you have to know those things. Like if I talk about Azure app services, we are going to cover Azure virtual machines, user creation, those things, small things we are going to cover. Even you can understand here also, whatever we are doing it, definitely you can understand here also. But in that particular Azure admin, we have learned in much more depth there.
Okay, right.
Here we are not covering those things in much more depth because it's not a part of that actual training. But yes, little bit things we require nowadays, so we are going to just cover this.
Okay, thank you. So means later on you will be adding if you require anything in that course.
Definitely, and as per promise for this particular batch, whatever I'm going to add within 6 months, those things this batch will get.
Yeah, because why I'm asking this, because in other courses they have added more details, but in our course there is much more details.
No,
so
this is the one where you're talking about.
I have tried other courses in
other courses or other institute.
Institute
check
courses.
Their course content in Azure Devops. It's the same thing. Not that much what we are getting it.
Okay.
You can check my Docker course content. No one is covering that much of Docker
mostly,
content.
Mostly you have covered. But in depth, I think they are high. Means they are just adding some additional points. Actually, I just gone through it because I don't know that this
check Docker.
terms.
Compare Docker. I'm specifically telling you to compare Docker. Try to check compare the Docker part. No one is covering the Docker which I am covering. That I am 100% sure. Even no one is covering in AWS DevOps also. Any training institute, whatever I am covering. Check the points. If I just only go for Docker training, then definitely they are covering it. But if you are going with DevOps training, no one is covering that much of which I am covering. That I am 100%.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, we'll see. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, Vijay.
Hi, Ankit. By looking at the course content, I understand most of the content is related to technical, right? So we directly jumping into the Azure DevOps training without having prior knowledge on Azure developer or Azure admin. So in my case, how it would help me? If
like earlier said that directly, if you want to join this training, you can go for that also, Vijay. But yes, after that completion of the training, I'm always going to recommend you, please join that training also, Azure admin. Okay.
So when will you start that Azure admin?
Azure admin, right now, I don't have any plans till now. Okay, right now I don't have it, and one of the batch is going to complete tonight.
Is
And
that
right now we don't have it. Right now I'm starting the Azure Devops one. So
Azure?
definitely by next month I'm going to start one. Maybe my next month or next year, you can say that I'm going to start the batch next
Azure
month.
admin? Yeah, okay. Azure admin is completely theoretical concept.
No, practical. Nothing is theory. Only very rare. We just only if I talk about 95% is practical, 5% is theory.
Okay.
Azure admin is also practical training, but in that one we are learning about more about Azure services, which actually help us to work. Because whenever I'm going to create virtual machine, like I said that to create a virtual machine, we need lot of things.
Yes.
We need virtual VPC, we need virtual network, we need IP addresses, public machine, private machine. Lot of things are required. Storage services we also require to store our data. So how will get those information? We are getting those information in Azure admin training, not in Azure DevOps training.
Okay. In
Okay?
real time, does it affect if we have the
Definitely
knowledge
yes.
only on Azure DevOps, not on the admin?
You will not get very jobs. You will not find jobs more in market. If I talk about only 2 or 3%, you will find jobs. But you will find more jobs if you have Azure admin plus Azure DevOps. More jobs you will find. Very rare you will find jobs only for Azure DevOps. Okay, because no client wants a person who have just only one thing knowledge. Nowadays, a client want a person who is multitasking. Okay. So you need to have those two knowledge. It is mandatory. Okay. Same way in AWS DevOps also, if I'm talking about, you need AWS DevOps plus AWS knowledge also is mandatory. Okay. Thank you. Any more questions, Vijay?
No.
Yes, Karthik. Karthik, yes, you have already admitted yourself.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, Karthik.
Yeah, so how we will get recorded videos daily?
We'll upload in our app in our website.
Okay, and how we log in website?
You can log into our website. First, you visit to our website. Then you can log into our website. For login, first of all, you need to sign up. You need to create your account, or you can directly log in by using your Gmail ID also.
Okay.
Okay, and then you will find one option called dashboard here. But right now we are not able to, because I'm not able to log in right now. So when you log in, you will get a dashboard. Under dashboard, you will find your active courses. And those active courses you will only see when you have made the pay.
Okay.
Okay, till that time you are not able to see any active courses. When you are able to log in it, then you can see that active course.
Okay. So
Okay.
I can download from here.
No download option. Sorry, no download option. View access for lifetime we are providing.
Okay, this is lifetime access, right?
Lifetime access, but no download option.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can access even from your mobile app also. If you want to access from your mobile app, scroll down. Here you will get a link. For Android also, even for iOS also.
Which application?
Mobile application.
A mobile application.
Yes, you can access these courses from mobile app also.
No, app name?
Check here the link. Logic Labs.
Okay, Logic Labs.
There are two apps are there. Please don't get confused. There's a one app called Logic Labs -training. One is Logic Labs. You need to download Logic Lab. That's why I'm saying you please come to our website and click here the link. You will get the link. Check from here.
Okay.
If you want, I can share our Android app link in chat box. And I'm going to share iOS link also. So you guys can please check from here also.
Okay.
Okay, or visit to our website, scroll down, links are already mentioned.
Okay. Yeah, thanks.
Okay, anything else, Karthik?
Thanks.
Anyone have any more questions? You can please raise your hand, or we can end our session for today. Yes, you can unmute. Yes, Mustabad, you have already unmuted yourself.
Yeah. Sir, are you going to cover any real-time projects?
No, project is not part of this particular training. Projects, we are going to cover it separately, which is not part of this training. And whenever we are going to cover, we'll inform in our group. And the projects are not going to cover by me. There are some other trainers we have. For them, they'll cover the projects. Project is not part of this training.
So, yeah, so we will need to buy those.
No,
as an
projects you don't need
extra.
to buy. Projects you don't need to buy. When in future, whenever the other trainers which we have, then they are going to go for the projects. You don't need to buy for those recordings. You will get whenever we are going to do. We'll inform in our WhatsApp groups. Okay. For that one, you just need to stay in our WhatsApp group. Whenever we do in future, we'll update there, and then you can check. And few of the projects are already there in our YouTube channel. Concept wise, you can understand there. Okay. Anything else? Yes, Mohammed Nabed.
Yeah, actually, one of my friend is a website designer. He wants to join this course. So, what is his future in this?
Feature in this means?
In this course, if he joins, what are the benefits he will get for his CV weightage and future jobs, anything?
So, what was his previous experience?
He was just a website designer.
How much
He used to
experience he
design
has?
websites.
Is
Almost
he
of
working
10
in some
years.
company? Is he working in some company or in just a?
Yeah, he was just freelancer. He's doing.
Okay, from last 10 years, he was working as a freelancer.
Yeah.
So after
Earlier he worked
completion
on
of
the
this,
companies, then later on freelancer. Earlier he
no.
was in companies, maybe 5 to 6 years, and then later on he was doing freelancer.
Okay, what he can do is now he can learn Azure admin and Azure DevOps training. After that, he can put 3 years of experience and then apply for the jobs. Because his line was completely different than these things. Mohammed, are you able to hear me? Plus, you're facing some issue with your mic. Okay. Anyone have any more questions? Plus, no one has any more questions. So with this, I'm ending this session. In tomorrow's session, we are going to learn about how we can create our Azure account. And then we are going to start with the first service called virtual machine. So how we can create a virtual machine, those things we learn. And then we'll start learning about our Linux commands and other things which we. Thank you guys. Thank you for today's session. See you tomorrow.